You hit it? No bueno. Hey everybody, welcome to Chasing Rust. Today we're going to look at the Model B tractors that are featured here at the Classic Green Reunion in West Bend, Wisconsin. So come along, walk with us, and let's see what we can find.
That is again in the school building, to the front of the building, and it's down the hallway, kind of behind where the toys are located. So head on over there right now. That's getting started as we speak for the Horcon Work seminar.
We got a lot to look at today. Gonna be a lot of walking. So hope you guys enjoy this Model B video. I'm telling you folks, there's so much to see here. There's no way we're going to get it all covered, but we're going to try. Oh, can't get through there. Blockage. We're going to try, folks, to get everything for you that's out here. Look at that nice little 4-bolt right there. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap. 8th Model B built. Very early tractor. We hear people talk about a center fill hood. You can see the gas filler neck is right underneath the steering shaft here, and so they call this a center fill. Later models it was over here a little bit. Hard to fill that with a funnel, so they moved it over. This one has the button lugs, or hay lugs they call them. A couple different designs here. I think this is original. I don't know if these are reproductions or not, but that's what those are. This one has a light kit on it and some pretty meaty tires for a B. Probably all that little B can do to pull them big tires. Get a light kit back here. I believe they call those moon front wheels, the little holes in them. Here's your generator for your lights.
So they put rubber on it.
Interesting side note here. My dad had a tractor just like this. We didn't have the dual wheels, but it had these rear round spoke wheels that were set up for duals, and it had those front wheels on it. And he sold it to a buddy of his so that he could buy a Dodge Daytona Charger. If you know what a Dodge Daytona Charger is, it's probably a good trade. Although this tractor is very nice.
I don't understand. 40? Huh?
So this is a BWH 40, very rare, probably the most desirable John Deere B model, variant of the B model that there is. See, it's very, very narrow. Made for specialty crops. They didn't make very many of them. One of 20, it says right there. This will be the first one I've ever seen in person. This might be the first one you've ever seen on TV even. Very, very rare Model B tractor. Also very nice restoration. Got to give it that. It's a Model BN. BN stands for N stands for narrow front wheel there, single front wheel basically. So the one we just looked at was a BW with a wide front end. BN has a single front wheel. So interesting. A lot of guys didn't like the loop drawbar, so they would heat them up, shrink this in the middle here to make it like a regular drawbar. Model BR. Happen to like this little tractor because I have one at home just like it. Not too many serial numbers away from this. This one has dual turning brakes. Very odd for a BR to have dual turning brakes. Could be a BO. BOs had dual turning brakes, but it was an option for BR, and the brake pedal should be right there in that hole. I don't know, maybe somebody's added those. It's got a little kill switch on it right there. '43 model. Also interesting to note, as my friend Brian will attest, since it has fenders on it, that makes it an orchard tractor. It really doesn't make it an orchard tractor. We had an interesting conversation with a gentleman at a show one time about a BR with fenders and whether it was an orchard tractor or not. Nothing helps get a tractor started like a crowd. There she goes. All right, so this tractor has very unique front and rear wheels on it. They're called K. Bruner wheels. They were an aftermarket wheel, very desirable wheel for collectors today. So you don't see them very often. This tractor also has fenders on it, which was not all tractors obviously had fenders. Tractor also has fenders on it. It also has a Balin overdrive right here. This gave you an extra gear, extra road gear. I've never personally been on a tractor with a Balin overdrive, but they tell me it's kind of scary. Can be. Also, this has cultivator. These brackets handles are cultivator brackets for cultivators. You can still see part of the cultivator mechanism back here. Also another little BR tractor with round spoke wheels all around. Also very close to my serial number. Wish I'd brought mine. Can't bring them all, I guess. I brought 2 tractors to the show, and I guess I could have brought a third, but it was a lot of work just getting the 2 that we got here. So oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. A lot of pictures of the restoration of this tractor.
That's the next generation's problem.
That's right. Let somebody else worry about that. 37. And we're going to slide right on into another BR. Very nice BR, in fact. He doesn't say what his serial number is. 36 model, it says. Nice tractor. Here's another B. Styled with fenders. I'm gonna guess probably 39, 40-ish. I don't see a tag on it anywhere. Here's a styled BNH. Okay, here's something new, right? Let's see right here. See, it says B&H on there, right? I missed one of these at a sale one time. Regret that. So BN, right? We already saw a BN. Narrow single front wheel. The H is high, meaning these should be 40-inch tires. Yeah, right there, 9.5 R40. That's some kind of Korean tire. I don't know what brand that is, but those are 40-inch. So BNH. BN narrow high. Again, for specialty crops. Here's all the information. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Used for bedded crops, cantaloupes, lettuce, beets, onions. Only 164 of them. Yeah, I wish I'd have bought that one. It was at a sale. The wheels were messed up, but they could be fixed. And everything else was good on it, I think. Can't remember. But I let it get away from me. You know, life's regrets, right? This is a 35B. They've got her all greased up. Something interesting you see on a lot of tractors, you see these like U-bolts here. There's one here, and a lot of times you see one up here. That's for cultivator mounts, is what those are. And people just never took them off, so they just stayed on there. 36B. Interesting front wheels. If I had to guess, I would say those are probably sand wheels that were cut off for rubber. Purely a guess on my part, but they look like they've been cut off. Craziest dream.
What dream?
I had a dream you were driving my tractor around.
I don't think so.
You weren't driving my tractor around?
No, why would I be driving your tractor around? No, you know, I can't even get the thing started.
Must have been a dream then.
Must have been a dream.
He's got the crack in the block, and he's got the optional duct tape fix on it here. Now, I don't know what that's for. $39. So if you don't know or don't remember, 39 was the first year for the styled B, and what that got you, what that changed was the front pedestal from that style over there to this style here, with the grill, wraparound grill, and the hood. Same tractor, identical tractor mechanically, they just changed the styling of the hood. Modern in 1939. Right on into another 35 Model B and a 47 Model B. '41 family tractor, still in the same family. Like to see that. That's neat. Look at those custom steps back there. Also, they got something neat right over here on the ground. Let me show you. You don't see very often. A wood beam plow. In the original condition. That's pretty rare. 38 Model B in. '39 B in. So 38, 39, unstyled, styled. Then we go to the stamp frame. This is a 51. Back to a 35, 4-bolt. So we've talked about the 4-bolt on my tractor in videos prior. When these first came out, they only had 4 bolts in them. These front pedestals were prone to cracking and breaking, so they added 2 more bolts in there. Also, again, see here, you see this U-bolt there, and these threads sticking out. That's where your cultivator would stick on there. People just leave them on there. That's interesting. I wonder what they used that for. That's off a plow. And this has the optional Roll-O-Matic. Although I don't see it down here, but it says Roll-O-Matic, so it's got to be a Roll-O-Matic. Confusing. B. Also, when you see this star pattern of oil right here, what that tells you is the cork seal on the inside of the crank has gone bad and it's leaking oil, and as the flywheel spins, it leaks. That's what that is. This one's been painted. No, maybe not. That might be original. You can see the John Deere in there. I thought you could see it on there twice, but I don't think so. Also, you can see an original sticker back here. That's probably an original paint tractor. That would clean up really nice. You see over here. You can still see the John Deere in here. Yeah, that one clean up with a little WD-40 and some steel wool. That one would clean up really nice. You can also see here where they've had cultivator on it at some point in time in its life. Alright, you got another one here with fenders on it, styled. It is a 39. And then a really nice one here. What year is it? 44. So again, a wartime tractor. And interesting, in the mid 40s they went with this kind of flat flywheel on the hand crank tractors. So this concludes all the bees inside the buildings. Now we're going to have to go outside. Probably won't be able to talk much because it's very windy out there and you won't be able to hear me. So I'll probably just let you hear the sounds of the people talking, the tractors running in the distance. Nothing like a two-cylinder running in the distance, I can tell you that. This tractor belongs to Jacob Brunk. Jacob was in charge of the bees, bringing all the bees in for the show or helping out with it. So thanks, Jacob, you did a great job. So they call these an ant eater because they kind of look like an ant eater front end. So it's adjustable. This part here slides out. This bolt goes all the way through, fastens it on both sides, and then these bolts clamp it down. But you can move this out, and here's your adjustment back here for your steering. I really like to see when people bring a book and show pictures of their restoration. That really impresses people. You won't believe the people that'll stop there and look at that book. Also, they'll stop and look at the tractor, but it's a very nice tractor, by the way. Fellow Missouri tractor. You guys have probably seen these. If you've watched any of our videos, especially in the last month, you've seen these two tractors. But in case you haven't, this is a 38 and original paint. We bought this from a friend of ours, Matt Wilkerson, and his dad, Randall. And just, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago maybe, probably 2 months ago. You'll see that, you could see that in the video as well. It was a great time. We had a little bargaining on the price on the deal. It was a good time that day. It's a great video, by the way, seeing all Matt's tractors at his place. And this is my 35 4-bolt. I have wanted a 4-bolt tractor as a bucket list tractor for me for years and years and years. And if you know anything about me, or if you don't, my dad collected tractors since the mid 60s. Before it was even popular, he collected tractors. And one of the tractors that we never bought, just never found one, was a 4-bolt B. He always wanted one. We just never got around to getting one. And he ended up passing away. And so I found this tractor last summer. And so it was just kind of touched my heartstrings, really, because I wanted a 4-bolt. It's got factory round spokes on it all around, dual wheel weights, and really nice original patina tractor. So, and my son Josh and I, again, in videos, if you've watched, you've seen it. If you haven't, go back and watch them. We worked on this tractor. The fan went through the radiator, so we fixed that. My buddy Brian came down and helped. Buddy Jimmy come down and help us on the carb. So you know, that's what it's about, friends helping friends, right? And Classic Green says it's all about the people, and it is, because without friends we wouldn't be here with this tractor. So thanks to those guys, Brian and Jimmy. Josh obviously is not with me this weekend, but he's at a show in Arkansas with a different tractor, so you'll see that in a video series as well. So happy to have both those tractors here. You know, everybody's proud of what they brought, right? And that's great. And that's what makes it fun. Everybody has a good time. You talk, you visit, you see your friends and family you haven't seen in a while. So let's move on. This one also belongs to Jacob Brunk, I think. Can't remember. Maybe these two tractors right here, I think he just bought them. I don't remember which ones. I've talked to a lot of people in the last couple of days. So nope, this one doesn't belong to Jacob. I know that one does. This one belongs to Ronald Strauss. Still nice tractor. Anyway, Jacob just brought some tractors a couple weeks ago, and I think he brought them out here, so that's cool. Another nice little B right here. 35, I think it said 36. That's your optional drawbar extender. Original right out of the barn, probably. She's got a little weight reduction in there, but that's okay. And somebody's worked on the hood at one point in time. Very common on these tractors. They put a thing here on the front so they can push and pull with. A lot of people do that. You can see there's an original decal right here, and you can see a little bit of the John Deere in here. That's cool. Another nice original tractor. Just pulled her out and brought it out here. Right there. He's got the galvanized muffler pipe option down there. Hey, I've used 10 cans before, so you know, use what you got. I think I got this one on video earlier, but cultivators still mounted. And so here is a, well, that's not factory original, but none of them are. But anyway, that tells you, shows you on those U-bolts, that's where they go, right there on those other tractors, and that's what they're for. Another BO. This is a BO. So what's the difference in a BR and a BO? Well, basically a BO has these up on the hood, has a flush radiator cap, and so what that did, it allowed, BO was made for orchard, O stands for orchard, and what that did was allowed the tree limbs to slide over the hood and not catch on these things. The air cleaner's up in there. Same tractor as a BR. Yeah, turning brakes. So BO often had turning brakes where a BR did not. This is a later model because it has gauges. So this is a 36 with cultivators, and it does have the original bracket on there, like we saw inside on those other tractors. That's what it, and that's how it fits. And yes, the cultivators were red. This tractor also has mechanical lift, which is kind of a rare situation here. So it runs off the PTO, and it's gears and mechanical, and it raises and lowers those things. You don't see those very often. Model B power unit.
I was kind of listening. Seen his video, I thought that was
BIs.
This Swedish tractor, is this basically John Deere B?
Yes.
Yeah, look.
That's a direct knockoff. I'm not going to try to tell you what these are because they're all serial number 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Everything in here is crazy low numbers, low production. So let's just look at them and just know that everything in here is ultra rare. These are all BOs, BRs, BIs, we already passed them, of course. First production BW. Let's see. Only 6 of these were built. Look this, check out that front end. BW 40. Just amazing. There's a BW. It's a B high clearance. This one has an experimental main case designed for a dipstick to check oil, which is right here. '36 Model B. Got one wheel extension on the front there. There's a BN. Let's see what it says. Has experimental slow 5-speed transmission. So that's an experimental tractor. Here's probably a BW 40 BN. Let's see. BNH. Sorry, BNH. Again, we saw one of these at the show today, or in the other video you'll see. We saw one at the show. And I had a chance to buy one of those at an auction. Let it get by me. So can't talk. This is a Swedish knockoff of a B. You can see it looks like a John Deere, but it's not really.
That was the one that came from Europe.
Yeah. It's just enough different.
Yeah.
Basically the same, just enough different. You can see the pressed steel frame is basically the same. Obviously the block and head configuration is all the same. Looks like it did have some hydraulics. All these hydraulics come way out here. Interesting. This is the last production BN. I'm sorry, last production unstyled BN built, shipped to California. This is the first long frame B built in 1937. Again, we've talked about that in past videos, the difference between a short and a long frame B. This is the first long frame B built. And the difference here and here. And again, they did that to make all the cultivators and all the equipment universal between the A, B, and the G. This is experimental B. Has experimental rear axle and seals and very rare 28-inch rear tires. You can see they're very short and squatty. Trying to get back here. Shipped to California. This tractor has experimental long rear axles. Possibly the forerunner of the B&H. So this is a Garden B. The reason they called that Garden B, there's only 24 of these made with the single front wheel 4-bolt. Serial number 1049. Shipped to Phoenix, Arizona. Also a Garden B here with the 4-bolt front end. Got K-burner wheels on it. This is the first production Model B made. Serial number 1000. Number 1 off the assembly line right there. This is B number 2. Hey everybody, hope you've enjoyed these videos. All there is left to do is drive home. 600 miles.
Back to misery.
9 hours, 47 minutes, 3 fuel stops, lunch.
Oh, good. We get to stop for lunch.
If you're good.
I'll be good.
No bathroom breaks.
Lunch break.
Lunch break, no bathroom breaks.
Yeah, you got to plan ahead. If you
All
need to
right.
go, you need to go now.
You're kidding. There's no.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Chasing Rust, subscribe, like, tell a friend.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy it.
Here we go. First pit stop of the day. I said I wanted to be on the road at 7 o'clock.
Isn't it 8 o'clock?
We got out of the hotel room at 7 o'clock. So, you know, we're doing good.
Great time.
Hope you enjoyed the show. I had fun. See ya.